Hello, Boris Pravisham and Anubis Ra here.
Yes.
I really need to come up with a better intro that works for everything, so that way I don't have to think. Um, I'm here to tell you about Roid Grab II, and Anubis is here just to leech off me.
Yep. I have no script. Boris has all of the information, and I'm here just to distract and cause mayhem.
Yep. That's already happened. Okay, I have my usual bullet point list. Let's just see what happens. Okay, so in 2 weeks' time, the NID will be holding a second Roid Grab event. So if you don't know what Roid Grab is, there is a link in the description to watch my perspective of the first one below. I'm sure Anubis will have one to his. But it's essentially, well, he will now. But it's essentially a control points game where over the course of 2 hours, two teams of between 5 and 12, two numbers I arbitrarily came up with, between 5 and 12 people, they battle to control as many asteroids as they can. So there's going to be a lot of information. I'm going to elaborate on anything. I hope everyone's ready, because this is going to be fun.
Background music now. I can start singing if you want, because I know you won't add any.
Preferably not. Okay, this is the world from the first Roid Grab. This is just a demonstration, as I haven't and won't be seeing the new ones. You can see those two base asteroids. Anubis is there. I'm over on the other one, if I can remember my way to it. Yeah. So that's the other base asteroid over there, and then there's a bunch of asteroids in the middle. The point is to put a beacon on an asteroid, either on or in the asteroid, in order to capture it. And there must only be your beacon on that asteroid. If there's a beacon from the other team on there as well, then it's a neutral asteroid. Nobody owns it. The beacon must be visible to everyone on the server and set to 5,000 meters. And then the other team is then able to remove that beacon and plant their own to take control of it. So protecting the beacons is important. The team holding the most asteroids at the end of the game wins. I think that makes sense.
Yep. That is definitely what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, as to whether that happens, as was demonstrated by the last one. But yeah, so the base areas are safe. The other team can't go closer than 300 meters to it and can't attack from the outside, so you can just lob a volley of missiles at it from that distance. This is because the game is about capturing asteroids, not destroying the other team's base. The base is a place where you can prepare and recover, pretty much. However, there is one exception. If your team is good enough to capture every single asteroid, then the base exclusion is removed, and you can attack them directly and remove their respawn capability to win before the time runs out. However, if one of the teams, say, destroys one of your beacons on one of the asteroids and you no longer have all of them captured, you have to immediately cease your attack and leave. You will be informed if that happens, so you don't have to keep an eye on anything other than the global chat, though. But yeah, that's the only exception to the rule. The other base is off limits otherwise. If you capture one asteroid, then it's worthwhile trying to capture more in order to try and force this situation there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. Well, not really, but...
Hang on. Intermission. Music. I managed to just... Okay. Thank you.
You ready?
Yep. I just managed to somehow delete all of my bullet points. That was handy. Okay. So what's next? Yes, if you watched the first one, you will know that it went quite slowly, and we discovered a flaw with my original design, which is that there really is no reason to leave your base and go capture an asteroid into the last 15 minutes to plant a beacon. So to counter this, the base asteroid has very few resources on it, well, in the new map anyway, so you will have to leave to survive, and you are also given some starting equipment to speed the process up. And most importantly, if you capture an asteroid, you get a reward, but only in the first hour and 40 minutes. This is a rule that you don't know about, actually, Anubis. It's one that Dracol and I came up with, so I hope you like it. Yeah, for the last 20 minutes there will be no more rewards because you need to capture asteroids quickly and we might not be able to keep up. So there's really no point in doing it in the last 20 minutes. But yeah, to make it clear, capturing an asteroid is either being the first team to place down a beacon on an asteroid or recapturing an asteroid after the other team takes it. You can't just place a beacon and turn it on and off to get more stuff. It needs to change hands. I'm just trying to think of all the things that, because... Well, Drakall isn't playing, but if Drakall was playing, that's the sort of thing he would try and do.
Yeah, but since he's the ref, then he'll stop all that shenanigans.
Yep, because he will think of it first.
That's right.
Yes, the starting equipment will be revealed to you on the day, and the rewards, I believe, are small ships and maybe some resources. The ships were built by a variety of Nidites for this purpose, actually. There are also apparently structures and partially built ships scattered across the map, so that's to reward exploration. So you might find things that will help your team.
Very cool.
Okay. Yes, I am being quite vague because I don't know what they are. The maps were...
neither do I.
Yeah, as we were kind of alluding to, Drakall made the maps. With the help of a couple of others. I believe DHR Mike was one of them. I'm sorry, I can't remember the other ones, but that's mostly because I haven't been involved at all in the design process, so I don't know anything. I just told him to leave me in the dark so that I was as clueless as everyone else will be, pretty much. But yeah, needless to say, if you're leaving... so leaving your base is not only necessary but advantageous. If you play it right, your team will not have to spend a long time building a fleet and can spend more time capturing, fighting for, and building up defences around the other asteroids. Because if you defend the asteroids, then in the last 15 minutes it's harder for the other team to then just fly over and plant a beacon on it and win. So if you spend your time defending the asteroids, then you won't have this last minute rush and lose situation like you did, Anubis. Just thought
Thanks for pointing that out.
Yeah. Oh yeah, spoilers.
Yeah. To the event that happened a long time ago, you mean?
Yep.
Okay, well, if we're doing spoilers, then I killed you too, so...
In UHC, you were killed by your teammate.
But you didn't get to see it.
Okay.
Continue. Yeah.
Yes. You might be wondering how you're going to remember all these rules and adjudicate this for yourself, but you don't have to. Like we said, there will be 2 referees to interpret the rules, deliver the rewards, answer the questions, and keep the peace. They'll be impartial, and they will keep out of your way. The ships will also be conspicuous, so you obviously you don't shoot them. The rewards will need to be physically delivered to your base, as there is no way in SE yet to just press a button and magically spawn a ship in survival. So the map is prepared in such a way that rewards have been pre-chosen in a random order, so there's not someone sitting there deciding what you're getting next. So yeah, it's in a random order to be delivered to your base by a referee. And the referees will have their HUD up at all times, monitoring the asteroids and keeping track of this sort of thing. However, if they have missed something, you can let them know in the TeamSpeak by poking them. They'll come down to your channel and you can tell them what they missed. Because I'm pretty sure Anubis and I are going to be referees for one of the games, and it's likely that we're going to be incompetent.
Yeah.
Yeah, just pointing that out straight away.
Yeah, so no surprises, right?
Yeah. The last problem that needed to be solved was the time. Time zones are a cruel thing, and there's no way that we could link everyone with one game, so instead we have decided to hold 2 so that everyone gets a turn. The aim is that at least one of these games should be in a time generally considered acceptable for your time zone, so not 6 in the morning, like for me, like from 4 to 6 was the last one that I did. That wasn't fun.
It was fun to watch.
Roid Grab will be on the weekend of the 31st of January and the 1st of February. There are links both for Game A and Game B in the description that will automatically convert to your time, so you can work out when they are. But remember, these are the start times. If you've been following along with what we do, you'll know that we have a problem with starting on time. So I ask everyone to try and gather earlier than that. We'll be in the TeamSpeak, which is ts.thenid.com, an hour before both of them. If you want to help out with the preparation, the best thing you can do is to try and give the coordinators as much space to work. So answering questions for other people, relaying instructions to people who have just joined, making sure everyone has the server URL, helping with technical questions, things like that. Maybe even trying to organize the two teams. These are the things that interrupted me personally last time, and why it took an extra hour to get things running properly, because I hadn't counted on the fact that answering the same questions over and over again every time someone new joined would take so long. So that's, if you want to help out, you don't have to do that, but if you want to help out, that would be one way to do it. Yes, there will be separate maps for both games, separate referees and players, but it is possible to play in both. Just let us know which one your preference is for, because obviously those playing in their first preference, their first preference game, their first and only game, will get preference over you for your secondary choice, so that everyone gets a go. If those sentences made any sense at all.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Teams. They can't be decided until the day, because there will probably be dropouts, fill-ins, technical problems, and so forth. To make up for this, at the start of the game, this is another rule that I just came up with. It's my game, I can do what I want. Yes, but to make up for this, at the start of the game, once teams have been decided, there will be a 10-minute period to talk strategy. So, you have your ideas prepared for that, so that as soon as we say go, you can talk about it with your teams that you've just discovered and work out what you need to do. And yes, for this period, the teams will break away into their separate TS channels, and you get ready to go from there. And straight after that, the game will start. The referees will be keeping the time and informing players of it every 20 minutes and at increasingly shorter intervals towards the end. I think that made sense as well.
Yes.
Okay.
If not, you'll find out in the comments.
Yeah. It's 20 minutes because that will mark the end of an episode. There will be multiple people recording, so you have to make sure that you're first okay with that, and secondly that things like your microphone isn't excessively noisy or too quiet, that sort of thing. One thing I have noticed in the past, if you're using voice activation on TeamSpeak, please remember that every single sound you make will be broadcast to the world, and I've spent too many hours editing out people coughing, drinking, typing loudly, knocking things, feedback, people shouting in the background, all things like that. So they're all things to kind of remember, to make everyone's life a little bit easier. We're not looking to make a piece of art, but we do want at least a base level of quality. And I'm mostly thinking of Anubis there, because my level of quality is at a much lower bar than Anubis's. So he will spend hours editing out people's every noise. And
I might have done that.
Yeah, so we don't want him passing out.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
I've also had a few people ask me if they can record but don't have a YouTube channel, or don't want a YouTube channel to upload to. If you want, we can pull the footage somewhere for everyone to use. I haven't entirely worked out how we're going to do that, but we'll work it out as we go along. This way it'll solve the lack of perspectives problem, so that there are eyes everywhere. That said, this is by no means something that you have to do. It is entirely voluntary, and there are no expectations whatsoever there. If you want to do it, you can. However, if you are recording to upload to YouTube, then just let us know so that we can link to you and tell you when they will be uploaded. We will leave enough time for people to edit and upload them all. Then you can schedule them to go out automatically with the rest of us. If you are going to upload to YouTube, then there are some more expectations, I suppose, that you play nicely and do things on time. Because, for example, if someone is watching Anubis' video and sees something happen to someone else who is recording, we don't want people clicking their link in the description only to find there has been no video uploaded, even though we said there was. This isn't strict. Anubis will tell you I've missed many, many scheduled deadlines. But for events, I hold myself to a higher standard and make sure I get them out on time. But yeah, it's just nice if we all worked as a team, made sure that everything was as we said they were. If you're not sure if you can do it, then just say that. All you have to do is ask if you have a problem. But yeah, we
are generally a friendly bunch. We try and help out as much as we can.
Except for Spider-Man.
You're not going to agree with that?
Oh, sorry, I didn't hold down the push to talk. I said except for Spider-Man.
Okay, on my side it sounds like you didn't agree at all. On your side it sounds like you're a very nice person.
Oh, no, I was blaming Spider-Man. Because he's not.
Yes. Yeah, well, Spider-Man did kill Zack, so...
Yeah. And once and for all, too. Like, properly. Yeah. That's a sign of a bad person. Murder. Anything less than that's fine, but that's where we draw the line.
That's right, yeah.
But yeah, we ourselves won't upload until everyone else is able to, within reason. If you're asking us to wait a couple of months, that might be a bit... but if we wait for a couple of weeks, that's all right. If you don't have the time to edit and whatnot. But yeah, once the game is done, if you're playing in it, please don't spoil the result. There will be many more people watching than playing, and they shouldn't know the outcome until they have watched it. So I'm mostly talking about myself here to keep my gloating under wraps until it goes public.
Yeah. Because of course you're going to win.
Yeah.
Of course, yes.
Like I said, it's my game. If I don't win, we never play it again. I'll just take the ball and go home.
That's right. Oh, goodness.
I believe Lotius is also making a brilliant intro sequence for everyone to use if they want.
Yes, yeah.
We'll put that up for download, obviously with his permission, so that everyone can use that. And thank you very much to him. I looked at that a couple of days ago, and it's brilliant as it is, and apparently it's getting better.
Yeah, I've been working with him one-on-one on it a little bit. Like, he's doing all the work. When I say one-on-one, I mean he's doing all the work, and I'm just like giving him outlandish suggestions, right? Yeah.
Oh yes, I'll throw this in because I'm lazy. Maybe someone will also create thumbnails for us to use. Because I hate making thumbnails. Alright, yes, so last but certainly not least, if you want to play, there are plenty of spots open. There's a link to the Steam group forum thread where you can put your name down, as well as check the times and ask questions, that sort of thing. I and a few others, I know Anubis has done this for sure, have held back from picking a game yet because we can do both times and have other duties in the one that we don't play in. So we'll be both there anyway for both games. I think you're there for both games, aren't you?
Yep. I'm available for both. So
yeah, that's just in case people are wondering why we're not down. We don't have our names down. Yeah, we're going to be there for both. We'll put our names down on the game that we're playing when we know for sure. But yeah, like Anubis said, we're all very welcoming and friendly. So if you're new to the group, because I know we have more than tripled in active members since the last Roid Grab. So like I only realised that when Raptor asked what the hell Roid Grab was. I just kind of assumed everyone knew it. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of new people. If you haven't done this sort of thing before, then we are very welcoming. We're not, and we've made this sound. Well, I've made this sound more serious than it is in this video. It's it's just mucking around. That's all it is. But yeah, so just feel free to jump in and have a go. The best thing that you can do on the day, if you're not sure what to do, is just jump in the TeamSpeak around about the time that we like an hour before or whatever, and we can help you from there. Right, if I have probably forgotten something, but this is long enough, and that only serves to show that everyone, like, coordinating, designing, refereeing, and playing in this is human, and we're all here for fun. Even for a small group like us to play a silly game casually like this, it still takes a surprising amount of work to get it set up and right on the day. It's quite stress-inducing. Those who attended the Minecraft UHC event will know that when it comes to getting group events right with a bunch of excited people there waiting, it can be a bit hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we forgot to add more RAM to that server. So we played the entire UHC with, what, a gig of RAM, maybe?
The default, whatever the default Minecraft server is.
Yeah.
And it's not a lot.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah, so very simple things can go wrong. And I just want to point that out because something will go wrong. Hopefully not massive, but at least one small thing will probably go wrong. And just to remember that, we're just doing this for fun. But yeah, I think from now on we're hoping to do one of these things a month. Not as big as Roid Grab, but lots of smaller things. And not necessarily Roid Grab every month, I mean like an event. So we should get increasingly better at it, and it'll seem less like work once we got it down to a pat. Got it down to a pat? Got it down pat. Down to a pat, that's...
Yeah.
Okay.
It works, yeah.
Yeah, I've invented a
Why
phrase.
Not? That's right.
Right, I think that's all. So who wants to play?
So, yeah, that's right. Go sign up.
Yep. I don't have anything. Do you have anything other than music?
I understood everything you said, but I wasn't listening, so can you repeat it?
Right. Let me just scroll up. In 2 weeks' time, the Nid will be holding the second Roid Grab.
And actually, right now, what you're seeing happening... Well, you don't see this yet, because what we did is we took that whole video and we repeated it 3 times, and now you're getting the ending right now.
If you don't remember, then you should probably go see a doctor.
Yeah, that's right. You watched that 3 times.
Yeah.
Yep.
We've got to leave.
Yes.
This isn't acceptable. So I hope to see everyone there. Hopefully it all goes off without a hitch and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. I agree. And I hope.
Yep. We'll end on that note.
Right.
Thanks everyone for watching.
And go sign up.